Hey, this is Tim Hart, branch manager of VanDyk Mortgage here in Fort Myers. I'm here with two of my superstars at our office. Their jobs are to support the loan officers. So if you're out looking for a new home and you want to learn more about VanDyk Mortgage and us, listen up, okay? We're going to give you a little bit of insight into how our branch works. So let me introduce the two superstars, Donna Orso, transaction coordinator, and Talia Bryant, our loan processor. How you ladies doing?
Great.
Awesome.
Good morning.
Oh,
Morning.
you're so excited. You guys are doing great. So Donna and Talia brought you on. I want y'all have been in the business for a long time now. And I want loan officers that are maybe looking for a new place to call their home, right? There's tons of things happening in the industry right now. We're early 2023, right? Whether it's layoffs or rates or maybe lack of support for the LO or their company shutting down or their whatever, right? Like all types of things. And so what I want them to feel is how a loan officer at our branch has support behind them, right? And so like my main job is to make it rain as a loan officer, right? You're there to find deals. And then after that, we have a system in place, right? Where we hand them off to Donna and the team. So Donna, if you don't mind, real quick, let's let everyone know, can you let everyone know about your mortgage history, kind of past that we have at our branch? And
Okay, thank you, Tim. Yes, I've been in the industry over 20 years now, and I think the benefit's been that I've originated and I've worked on the operations side. So it makes it great, I think, for all of us involved, because I can understand what it takes to get a deal, how hard the loan officers are working to bring that deal in, get that deal structured, and then understand what it takes for us to get it through processing, get it to the closing table. So, love every day. The team has such energy that it's truly a difference. You can tell people that, but you don't understand till you're here, and positive energy. And that's what we need every day.
Well, I appreciate that. And I mean, we knew each other from way back, right back in the day in the mortgage business, and you ran an entire crew there. And up to recently, how many processors and assistant processors were you managing under your team?
I had 15 processors on the team, and we work directly with the underwriters. That's another unique aspect of VanDyk that I really think is important to sell to our sales team, is that we have access to our underwriters, access to our closers. And I don't mean 2 days later. I mean immediate access. And that's a big sell. That's a big.
Well, and if so, like what Donna's talking about, we have, and I'll put it in the body of the video, but we did a video. You guys haven't seen it yet because it's not out, but with Lindsay Coonley did a whole video, who's the lending operations manager, and she says, I want my underwriters talking to you, the loan officer, the processor, the transaction coordinator, whoever. Our underwriters are available to you. And so let's get Talia's experience, and we're gonna get into the process of what our branch does right now. Talia, how long have you been in the business, buddy?
I've been in the business for going on 18 years now, and going on 6 years with VanDyk Mortgage. I was a loan officer for many, many years and then switched over to operations. And I know how important it is to keep those realtor partners happy. I know how hard it is to get even one deal, so, and then repeat business. It's not just about like that one deal. It's about how well we do on everything, and my communication with the borrowers, the transaction coordinators for the agents, on both sides, the seller side and the buyer side, because we want to get their business too. We don't, if we can get the listing agent and blow them away, that's even more business for you. So it's truly a team here. And that's why I am blessed to work for the Hart team, really. I knew of Tim before I was a processor for his branch. I used to see, his numbers and his branches, kicking butt every single year, and now I'm a part of it. So I'm really excited, but we're here to support you. You're not just another number. We're truly a family. And I mean, we do weekly pipeline calls together as a branch, so you know what's going on with your deal. You can always reach out to me. I'm always available to you guys.
Yeah, no, and you do an amazing job. Thanks for the kind words. So let's talk about real quick with, what's unique about you two now, and we're talking here, just if we can spend another minute on this. How, because you've been on both sides of the business. Talia, you mentioned being an LO for a long time. Now you're a processor, and Donna, same there. Right? You were in sales for a long time. How do you convey those past experiences being on the side where we're at, right, the loan officer side, to your current job? Like, what experiences from being an LO or being on the sales side do you take to your current job?
I think for me, Tim, the big thing is having dealt directly to originate a loan with a customer, you understand how nervous they are.
Right.
You understand that they're getting advice from their friends, from their family,
Yeah.
from the internet, and they just don't know what to believe. And it's involved. You have to ask a lot of personal questions, gather a lot of personal documentation. Sometimes people don't want to visit some of the topics you discuss. So I think for me, that's the biggest thing, understanding how, fragile they are.
Yeah.
And explaining the process to them and why. The why is the big thing. If you explain to people why we need it, where you're going with it, and help educate a little, I think it makes such a big difference. And, we have the advantage that our team of loan officers are discussing it up front. Then I'm coming in and discussing the whys and what's needed. Then I'm handing off to Talia, who's doing the same exact thing, because her communication is extraordinary. And that, at the end of the day, that's what makes the difference.
Yeah, no, great points. And by the way, if you're watching this as a loan officer, if you come aboard, you are going to be telling your clients up front, get ready to give some documents. You better be ready to act, right? You better be ready to move. We know, but what a great point about them being in a unique situation, right? Largest investment of their life, and you understand both sides of it. Talia, what about you?
And thank you, Donna, for your compliment and your kindness. I agree with Donna 100%. And the reason I came to VanDyk almost 6 years ago and left the lender where I was, I had only worked for 4 lenders in 15 years, or I can't do the math backwards, but anyways, for a long time. And, I was like, the reason I came here was because of the reputation of what I heard, with the weekly loan updates that are sent out, with the calls that get answered from the processing. I sat with our operations department for a week to ensure, what they were telling me, my sales managers were telling me was going to happen, was really happening. And it really did. And that's why, I want to retire with this company and this team. And moons down the road. But it's just huge when, a processor sends out conditions to a borrower that they've already introduced themselves to. I call them once I submit their loan, do my intro call, introduce myself, let them know who I am, also let them know what to expect next, give them my cell phone, my office line, and I'm in direct contact with them if they have any questions, So when they get those conditions, I also follow up with a call and say, hey, I want to walk you through these. If you need, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm truly there to help them because I know how overwhelming it can be for them.
Yeah, no, great points as well. And you're already getting into the process side of things and what you do for the LOs. Let's get deeper on that. So I'm going to lay out a couple of scenarios here. Probably one. We'll just do one. We're going to do a pre-approved buyer that gets pre-approved, and then that buyer goes under contract. All right. So I'm an LO. I worked hard. Yeah, I got a referral. Here it comes. All right, I'm pumped. And I have the conversation with the borrower. I take the loan application, and it looks like a deal to your boy Tim here. Okay. So now we're ready to issue what I would consider a pre-approval. I notify my entire team, which you guys are on these emails, and I update you. Hey, here's the deal, referral partner, blah, 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 right? The finer points of it. And then Donna, that's kind of when the team jumps into action right there, right? We have CR. Oh, we should put our boy CR on the video. My bad, man. Sorry, CR. But he'll issue the pre-approval letter for us to the referral partner and the buyer. And Donna, you kind of take the reins from there. Do you want to talk about what happens from that point with the file?
Yes, yes. So what I love about the team is we're working early with that borrower.
Mhm.
So even at that time of getting pre-approved, we're talking to them about conditions we need, documentation we may need. And we're laying that groundwork now to try and gather everything. So when they go under contract, we're ready to rock and roll.
Mhm.
There's no surprises. We've seen everything. And we certainly don't want to have a borrower see a home that they love and then, you won't qualify. So after you look at it, Tim, after I'm calling them, we're getting documentation, kind of covering everything as a proactive approach, which is
Mhm.
great because now the contract is almost the afterthought, right? Now we're
Yeah.
just focusing on the property side of it and getting that moving forward. And I think it makes for a more seamless transition for the
Mhm.
borrower.
Yeah, and I should have said as well. So, like, if you aren't Ella watching this, one of the things we cover in other videos is we work on, obviously you talk to somebody, hey, I'm already under contract, great. We get the approval. Here's the contract. We full speed ahead with it right away. But you have other ones where it's like you're pre-approved, but they're out looking. Well, while they're out looking, we actually, and Donna mentioned being proactive on it, is we'll have the whole file underwritten. If there's enough time between when they get pre-approved and when they go under contract, we'll have the whole file underwritten. So that's what Donna's talking about. She's collecting documents. And then Donna, from there, once you have those documents collected and they're just a pre-approved buyer, not under contract yet, you'll take the reins from there as well and work with Talia, right?
Yes. So I think what happens is the borrower already knows the team. So they
Mhm.
feel, I think there's a different level of commitment there. So this way, when they go under contract, they're coming back to their team. So I'll go forward from there. Any additional documentation we need, we're looking at the property right up front. I'm looking online. What do we have? What do we need? Is it a condominium? What do we need to get?
Is it a
And
broker loan, right? That sort of
yeah,
thing too.
or yeah. And then I'm handing that file off with an explanation of what I did, why I'm doing it, so Talia doesn't think I'm crazy, and handing that file off to Talia. And it may be that I'm talking about something as I'm reviewing it, and maybe we want to tweak it a little. So I'm going back, just like I did this morning with you, Tim. I'm going back to the loan officer saying, hey, here's what I'm seeing. What do you think? So we can brainstorm together. It's all about being proactive, get it to underwriting and make the best presentation.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yep.
get the answer that we want for that borrower. And then once I hand it over for Talia, she's running with that baby.
Yep. And Donna, you're in the mix the entire time. So from the
Oh,
borrowers,
yeah.
even before the borrower's even pre-approved, sometimes you're in the mix.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so that loan's closed, you're involved, right?
Yes. So once I hand it over to Talia, she just runs with everything, but things come up, or if she needs assistance or if she would like me to handle something, again, we're talking all day. So from start to finish,
Yeah.
till they get to the closing table.
Excellent. So Talia, that file's handed off to you, submitted to the processor. Could be TBD'd, right? Could not be under contract yet, or maybe under contract. Let's just act like it's already under contract.
Okay, so when I get it, I review it, review what Donna did, see if I have any questions. The file's documented. She does an excellent job of really putting a file together, and anything that may be a question, or we don't over document things really, but if there is, say, maybe lower income last year, or who knows, right? Some kind of caveat, we address it in the beginning. And then I shoot it off to the underwriter. Underwriter generally takes about 48 hours to get a conditional loan approval out. And the nice thing with the TBD purchases, while they're looking, is a huge factor. Like when I was a loan officer with VanDyk Mortgage, that was huge because my realtor partners loved it, because they weren't just getting it once it's TBD conditionally approved. It's not just pre-qualified anymore; it's pre-approved. So when they
Yeah.
go to when they go to make an offer, it's a pre-approval that they're giving the seller's agent, not just a pre-qual, which carries a lot of weight. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was as close to cash as you can get without being cash.
Exactly, because we've reviewed and got a conditional approval on income, assets, and credit, as long as those things don't change. And I'm always telling them that too, the buyers, make sure you don't, apply for any new debt without speaking to me.
Right.
Don't, if you get a raise, that's awesome, and don't quit your job, like, you be in contact with us. So, and we remain in contact with them when they are, still looking as well. But the TBDs are huge.
Yeah, let's talk about your communication though. You have, I want to touch on your weekly updates you do. That PDF, and then your availability. I think, I'm a loan officer looking, your availability needs to be something that they need to know about, because you're always available for the most part by, you may have your downtimes, or whatever you call it. What do you call them? Your quiet time. What do y'all call them when you're submitting?
I'm usually try to be on quiet time from
Quiet time.
9 a.m. to 11:30.
Yeah.
But really, if you have a question, instant message me. I'm right here.
Right.
Or call me. I'll get right back to you. But usually,
Right, but you call and introduce yourself to the borrowers. I've had so many conversations with you where you're like, I just can't. I need this borrower to call me back. And what's amazing about that is, we're in a day and age where everyone just relies on emails. I send them an email. I said, hey, did you hear back from me? I sent them an email. And you're not that way, and you shouldn't be. And you're very proactive in your communication back to the borrower, back to them, to say, call me, please. We've got to talk through these 4 or 5 things, because you cannot, things get lost in emails or text, right?
Yeah, and they can get very frustrated when they're just doing through email, because there's a lot of things that I have to go over with them on assets, things of how we need documentation to come over, so they're not just sending the same thing over and over, and I can't use it. That was a big thing when I was a loan officer. Biggest frustration was having a processor that was just like kind of an order taker, just like
a robot. Like
a robot, and they wouldn't call the borrower. It was like, I didn't understand. So basically, I was processing my own files when I was a loan officer, which was hard to get business consistently. I want you guys out there selling, so that so that you can keep your pipeline going. Obviously, if there's an issue, I'll get you involved, or if you need me. But I work directly with, the borrowers and one-on-one.
And the realtors.
Yeah, and the realtors too. Yeah, to make sure that they're happy and that they understand what we need to make it as streamlined and stress-free as possible for them.
Tell them about your weekly updates that you send out to all parties.
So we send out weekly loan updates via email. I send them out no later than Fridays. And what it does is it shows them, what's currently been ordered, title, appraisal, what dates are expected back, where we're at in the process, whether it's submitted to underwriting pending a conditional approval, or if it's already been conditionally approved. But we map it out really well, and it shows them, it goes to the buyers, it goes to the title agents, it goes to both agents, both sides. And it just shows them where we are in the process. So they're never guessing like what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Or, where are we with our file? Where are we? Where's the the buyer's agent doesn't have to ask.
Yeah, and if you're an LO out there looking, we do a Tuesday pipeline meeting every Tuesday morning, 9:30. All of us, the whole ops team, all the loan officers, and we go through each file that's under contract. We go through each file to TBD. TBD is to be determined. It's an underwritten borrower that it's not under contract yet. We call them TBDs. And we all, after that's over, every LO contacts their buyer, the buyer's agent, and listing agent on every deal. All right. So communication is very important to our team, loan officers, and to the ops team. And I think that our ops team, I'll put them up against anybody. We do not knock anybody else, but we do a great job here. So Donna, Talia, did I miss anything that you guys can think of? I think y'all did a great job, by the way.
Thank you. I just wanted to hit for a minute on that weekly call, Tim, because sometimes people think, oh, well, I call, right? But this isn't like a call that you've probably done in the past. We discuss wins that the team has. We're discussing files, which really, when you get the whole team on a call. You know, sometimes somebody has an idea. Sometimes somebody in the past has come across something, or sometimes somebody's hearing something thinking, oh, I didn't think I could do a deal. Now I can do a deal. Let me run back out, you know, and tell them. So I think there's a lot of value to that communication, whether it's internal or external, because it takes us to the next level.
Yeah, and we have, half our office is remote, right? So like we do it on Zoom, other half will be in person. Have some donuts, we'll have some goodies there probably, but you are right though. If you're a loan officer and you're on this call, you're hearing 20, 40, however many, 50 loans we're talking about. You're learning from it. You learn every one of them. Like, damn, we had this problem here, or wow, it went smooth here, or I fixed this by doing this, right? Like that's an amazing thing. So, Talia, do you got anything else you want to add, or are you good?
I'm good.
All right, you did great. You were so nervous. You did good. Good
Thank you.
job. All right. Hey, so
And I
listen.
think if you're thinking of coming here, they can talk to Talia or I anytime, because we've been other places and haven't spent the majority of my career at a different lender. It is truly a unique experience here.
Oh,
So
cool. Well,
we'll
if they happen to call me, I'll definitely offer the phone calls for you guys up so they can hear from the two of you too. So, hey, if you made it this far, it means you're interested. Okay, you're open to talking to other lenders, and I just want to make sure you know that we can talk. It'll be strictly confidential. We've got a lot of other content. If you want to learn about VanDyk Mortgage, I did a video of it with Tom VanDyk, with the president, John Barnes, with lending operations manager. I mean, I got a lot of content there for you to get to know VanDyk Mortgage. All right. And so if you want to talk with me further, I want to give my cell phone number, 239-910-5668. Would love to have a conversation with you. You never know, right? Worst thing is we just connect and, hey, we know another person in the mortgage business. All right. So I'll be happy to talk to you anytime. Donna, Talia, great job. Y'all killed it. Good job.
Thanks,
thank
Tim.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.